Ah. Morning. I ain't had a lot of sleep. Oh, I went on eBay at 10. We all know how that goes. Less of that. It's Friday, or as fucking idiots say, Friday. Today, I'm feeling peachy keen. Yes. God, that's fucking grim. Well, first step on the bench, we got the Wraith back. I want to thank Tommy for doing videos with it.
Tommy Shreds.
Go check him out on Instagram. He's probably on YouTube, TikTok, I imagine. Wraith prototype. I put it up on Instagram on my story about what to do with this thing. By and large, people have said sell it. I've got the black etch Wraith, which I'm going to take to shows next year. I don't really need 2 Wraiths. Now, raising funds would be a good idea. I've got a few ideas for some stock builds that I'd like to do. A run of workhorse guitars. I think the best way to go about it might be to self-build and then put them up for sale. Try and draw people in with them. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Shall I build them and see, or should I be sensible and get people to give me money first? I ain't going to do it sensibly. I'm going to give it a clean restring. It will be up for sale. I've got a reverb. I don't really want to list it with reverb because they're
Rip-off merchants.
Seriously, like the cut they take from people selling their guitars, they really need to make that much money off people? I don't fucking know how to run a business. Anyway, if you're interested, it's a prototype. It plays great. It looks cool. It's my first time ever doing a crackle finish. I'm not sure you can even get hold of the really good big crackle paints that you see on other guitars. Rest in peace. Radical RIP. Radical Instrument Produce. Matey, they're amazing at doing crackle. Jackson Custom Shop. They're all in America, and typically, they're cool in the UK. We make good amps, but there's hardly anyone making guitars at any scale. I don't know why. Maybe it's because we cut all our trees down to fight the Spanish in the 1500s. That's good enough reason as any, I guess. It's a nice guitar. It looks cool. It's very retro. I've done stuff on this that I wouldn't usually do, like pickup rings. I'm not a big fan of pickup rings, but I thought it goes with the sort of vibe. It's very 80s looking. Yellow and green, and it's split apart and it looks toxic. It's great. It plays really nice. EMG 81. Metal as fuck. But how much should I charge for it?
$1 million.
I reckon about 1,500 quid. If you want to help Abhorrent out, pay for me to build some more guitars, build some more crazy stuff, or just be able to, like, eat or buy more energy drinks. Does that sound like a sob story? We know how business works. Yeah, I got a mortgage and kids. I sort of got to pay for them. Don't really want to. Anyway, guitar for sale. Yeah, if you're interested, hit me up. I'll take offers. About 1,500 quid would be great. That'll cover all the parts in a bit of time. You may
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
You buy this. Yeah, buy it.
Fraud.
Next up on today's agenda, got this neck through Leviathan that I'm working on. Now, so far on this one, I've flattened the neck blank off. It's had some time to sit. It hasn't moved at all. So I've routed in for the truss rod and the carbon support rods, marked out all the relevant points, intonation, end of fretboard where the nut is, cut the headstock, glued on some extra little wings. So yeah, just take the clamp off, get this plane down. Give this one a quick strop before we start. This hasn't been sharpened in a little while. It's amazing how much just a quick
Rub over.
on a piece of latigo will make to your cutting capability. Just aligning those micro burrs. Oh, it shaves. You can't beat a nicely sharpened plane. But you get the general idea. Hopefully, by the end of next week, that one will be ready to go off for paint. Hopefully. So what else am I up to? Update on the bloodthirst. This one has been matte lacquered now. Been curing for 2 days. It's lost the good smell, which means it's almost ready to be put together. Next thing to do is just chase around it with some 2000 grit wet and dry. If there's any like little rough bits from the splatter from the spray, can nip those off and nip those off and get them feeling smooth and nice. Also, I may have thought I bought tuners for it and forgotten, so there may be tuners coming in the post.
What are you?
Finally, for this week, we got the Fury 7. This one's had 8 coats of oil on it now, and you can see the sheen on it. Oh, feels really nice. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give this a wax all over, and then it will be assembly next week. Such a crazy piece of walnut. Look at that. Very nice. As I've said before, every day is a school day. This is my gent saw that I use for fret slotting. Now, I've worked as a carpenter for about 15 years. I've never once sharpened a handsaw. I've sharpened chainsaws before, but I thought, like, handsaws, this sort of thing that you buy for a £5 or a £10 and then chuck them away after you've left them in a wet bucket, like, who sharpens them? No one sharpens them. This is a Thomas Flynn. It's a really nice saw. But I'm not going to joke, it's probably still a mass-produced saw, but like, it's a 20 quid saw. And 20 quid, oh shit, 20 quid is enough not to chuck it away, especially if you're tight. Now, I think I've probably slotted 25 fretboards with this one, and it was pretty sharp when I got it. You don't realise over the course of like a year how blunt things get until I tried slotting this one, particularly dense, dark piece of African ebony, and my jig, which I've now fixed, I don't know why I'm pointing over there, it's not even on the bloody wall. My jig, which I fixed earlier, now I think, apart from the fact I'm heavy-handed is probably why I stripped the threads on it, I think I was clamping it down extra hard because my saw was blunt, and the force of doing that caused the template thing to wobble, so it all had a knock-on effect. You ain't got a clue what I'm talking about, because I don't even have a clue. But anyway, this broke, fixed it. This broke, and rather than spend 20 quid on a new one, I spent a £5 on a little file. See? A little 3 square file. £5. And made very quickly a gash little handle for it. Not a demonstration of my carpentry skills. I watched a Paul Sellers video on YouTube. Very good channel if you like
Dick
woodworking. And just went through every tooth, giving a little push. Oh my God! Fretboard like this, I'm used to it taking half an hour to go through the whole thing. You get the idea, yeah? Sharp handsaw, funny, makes a difference. 5 minutes it took to cut this. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You ever look at yourself in the mirror and think, you're an idiot? Like, really? Like, just fucking stupid. Actually, all the time. I think this is what some of my teachers are on about in school. Believe it or not, I was actually quite...
Matt Damon.
Anyway, that's enough jibber jabber for this week. Next week, there will be more progress and some cool stuff to see. So, another thing that's been troubling me, new Linkin Park. Did I imagine this? Like, I didn't like Linkin Park anyway because, you know, ugh. Ugh. It's not Slayer, is it? Anyway, ta-da!